In prior years, each plant's production schedule was a product of corporate logistics. Starting this year, the teams at each location will be expected to prepare their plant's machine loading for both injection and blow. The machine loading and adaptive will follow the same logic as the previously used line loading document. It will make the sales forecast assigned to your plant available for you to allocate between machines based on a percent of that forecast. Those units will include the bottle sales, preform sales, preforms to make your bottles, and occasionally the preforms to make another plant's bottles. You will also be providing both changeover and PM hours for each machine. In real time, you will be able to see the effect of increasing or reducing a line's productivity, and through reports you will be able to verify no units were left behind. The two line loading sheets will be found in the main menu under Assumptions. Your available assumptions will come and go as the budgeting process continues, but we will work with machine loading for injection. When working in any sheet in Adaptive, it is crucial to verify the version and level you are in order to prevent making changes to another plant's model. A quick way to change level, plant level, and preform is to use the Change Dimensions icon in the blue ribbon. This window provides a way to reorganize the display by choosing what will be on the vertical and horizontal axis. What is not on the axis will be left in drop boxes across the top of the input field. We are given an opportunity to select all of these values at once. Go ahead and change both the level and plant level to represent your location. I will be using Fife as an example and begin my demonstration with 22 gram clear, and then hit OK. In most cases, you will see the 2015 line loading numbers already input for you. We can see that Fife had 100% of their 2015 forecast of 22 gram budgeted to run on press 5, but because there are other presses available, it may be possible to spread that budget to other machines if necessary. If 100% is not possible on press 5, we can move 25% to press 4. I will use the right-click Copy Forward command to copy this value to the end. I will then change press 5 to 75% and do the right-click Copy to the end. While the values are blue, the changes are unsaved and the hours and units have not been recalculated. Those values return black and the hours and units will do their calculation once you save. These units are a product of the total forecast and your percent entered. The hours are a product of those units and the speeds from the uptime and scrap and max speed entered on the line speeds worksheet. As you move from product to product, I suggest using the preform drop box, but you can still go to the Change Dimensions icon if you wish. As we move to another product, like 47.3 gram clear, we will notice the number of machines available changes based on the product. If you select a product that has not been made available to you, like 13 gram blue and Fife, you will get a prompt to change your dimension. If you get this message but need the product available, email me with the product and machine. The same goes if the machine is not listed for one of your products. If you have entered a forecast weight and saved, and the hours look outrageous, you are probably missing your speed for that line. Again, you will have to contact me with the info needed in order to add that product or to make those changes. Let's go back to the 22 gram clear. While this layout provides you with where and at what way each product is being made, being able to see the machine as a whole will be needed. To view that in the sheet, we will want to see the data by product on each machine. We're going to rearrange it to display just that. Opening the Change Dimension window We're going to replace the accounts on the vertical axis to preforms. This makes the accounts a selection at the bottom, and in turn it will become a drop box at the top of the input view. I want to see scheduled hours as a whole, so I will go ahead and choose that to be the selection for when I hit OK. You will be shown production hours by product. You can now navigate between the accounts, forecast weight, units, hours, changeover, and PM hours. This will actually be the best view to enter your changeover and PM hours. PM and changeover hours should only be entered once for each machine. A good rule of thumb would be to enter them on the first product listed in this view for each machine. Because we don't think of a product as having a changeover or PM budget, we'll only be viewing this as one value for each machine, regardless of what product it's listed under. Once you have entered, or while you're entering the data, go ahead and navigate to Reports. If you have a second screen, right-click Reports and open in a new window. If not, you can open in a new tab. As you make changes and save, you can refresh the reports to see their impact. Within the shared folders is the production reports. One of the important tools available is the forecast weight check. This report displays the units you have over or under budgeted by comparing the units forecasted to the units scheduled. If all lines and columns are 0, no product was missed or overscheduled from the forecast. Each product has been applied for a total of 100%. But you could have budgeted everything on one machine and this report wouldn't show you that. The report Machine Hours shows you how all the inputs translate into manned machine hours and run days per week. When you go back and move things around, like adding changeover time, moving weight from one place to another, as long as you save, you can run that report again and it will reflect those changes. Let's do that. Let's go back to the machine loading for injection. We still have the tab open. And where I only added changeover hours to the first machine, let's add those same hours to the rest of the lines. While we're at it, let's go ahead and add some hours to PM. And we'll just go ahead and add those same hours to each machine. Don't forget to save. And as we go back to machine hours, run that report, open, and always enable editing, or else you're not looking at fresh material. So you can see where we added those changeover hours to each line. Looks like I missed the PMs on press 1. But you can see them on 2, 3, 4, and 5. The ones that I just added are now there. You can also see the run days per week on press 4. Pretty high, a lot of them exceeding 7 days. And press 5 is lower than 6 days. And if you remember, we moved 25% of the 22 gram forecast from 5 up to 4 for the entire year. Let's go change that back and see what it does. So I'm moving those back to accounts. I want to see the accounts listed beneath the machines, and I want 22 gram clear to be the preform when I hit OK. I'm going to make sure that that is, yep, and that's the product mix that is on that machine. So there's the 25%. Let's go ahead and delete that all out. And add this one back to 100 and move it all the way through. we'll save, close out that Excel document, and rerun that report. Enable editing. Now we can see the changes that made to the run days per week on presses 4 and 5. You've still got a couple over 7. Those ones are all back below 5. So let's see about moving some of the summer weight to press 3 away from press 5 to get rid of some of those 6 and 7 days. So let's go back to machine loading. And let's say from May to August we'll bump press 5 down to 80% and we'll pull 20% up to press 3 for May to August. Hit save, and then we'll go back and run that report one more time. We can see that it pulls press 5 down to below 7 days a week for the summer and pulls press 3 up to 5 days pretty much, and we're not working 8 days a week. So that's how the machine hour report will work. Let's not save. Let's see what other reports we have. We do have one report just called machine loading, which is very similar to the report that we're all used to historically. Let's run that one more time for 5. This breaks down your product mix pretty much as far as units go, similar to the historical document. So you've got quantity by month for each product, and that is separated between CSD, water, and hybrid. And then below that you have how many hours each product is running on that machine. Very similar to the other document. And this part's a little bit new, where you've got scheduled units, scheduled hours, changeover, PM, and then what are called manned machine hours. So hours that someone's going to be there either doing a changeover, PM, or running the machine itself. And then it comes down to the bottom for total manned machine hours for the period. So it'll all really come down to just getting in there and getting your hands dirty, going into the machine loading, finding out which way works best for you. I think that we're all off to a good start having 2015's budget in there already. You're really just going to have to make sure that if you have new products that weren't there last year and vice versa, that those items are added or removed. You'll have the run days per week checked to make sure that you're not scheduling more hours than you have available to the machine. You have some historical data where you could run these reports for 2015. If you change the version and then run the report, you should be able to get a good idea of what 2015's looked like in the same layout, so that you can kind of compare back and forth. But always remember that if you have any questions or if you need a little one-on-one, let me know, and I'll be here if you need me. Thank you for watching.